What's up YouTube, ReggieTECH here, and today I'm going to show you guys how I turned my very cramped and inefficient home office space into this. So, as you guys can probably already tell, my home office space is a part of my living room. And that being part of the living room gives me just a little less space than I would like. Now, from the way it looks right now, this is how it usually is. I have barely any space, and it's very cramped to where I have to go sit. So usually I just hop in the chair, face the computer sideways, and use it like that. If I do need more space, I usually just push the couch back, but then I always have to put it back afterwards. So it's very inefficient in time-wise and getting things situated, and it's also very uncomfortable, as you guys can see. The little channel underneath there is too small to even put my chair in there, so I decided to store some stuff under there. And there is some extra space back here. And in that space, you guys will see later on in this video, I did design a cabinet that will fit right there, and I'll be utilizing the same drawers that I have from this desk in that cabinet system. So everything that I'm doing here today that you guys will see is utilizing everything that I basically have right now to build this new home office. I'll be reusing this desk. Unfortunately, I will be cutting it up just to make it to the shape that I want it to be. And then I have a piece of melamine that you guys will see me cutting later that I'm going to be making the top and bottom pieces for the cabinet. Then I also have some spare pieces of wood that I'm going to make the rest of everything up with. And you guys will see how everything comes together and what I'll use to prop up this desk, as it won't have anything under it. So you guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and check out how this process goes. Alright you guys, so it's the next day. I did get a lot done yesterday and into last night. So I got this edge banding on. It looks amazing. It doesn't even look like this desk wasn't made to be this way. There was cardboard in the middle of this desk, which was unfortunate. I didn't expect that when I was cutting it, but I did find it. So this edge banding really does help. It covers it up really well, and it doesn't even come off. I mean, I can scrape this all day, and that adhesive is just really, really strong. It's kind of consistent with the texture of duct tape, but it does have this nice wood finish, and I feel like it contrasts the desk well. Whatever excess there was, I cut it off, and I did go ahead and put it on the cabinet that I built, just around the edges, to cover up all that compressed wood that was there. So that looks a lot better now too. You know, yesterday I really did experience a lot of trouble with videos and stuff like that. There was a lot of problems with either running out of storage or just because I'm only able to film 5 minutes at a time. It was just hectic for me to do that all on my own. So, you know, sorry if some of the footage didn't get there. When I was looking back at things, I know that me putting up these little shelf pieces didn't get put in there. I ran out of time on, you know, filming the video and stuff like that. But the shelves are up on this little cabinet system I built, and now today we're going to be installing this desk into the wall itself. So to do that, I picked up these collapsible hinges for shelves and stuff like that, and they're rated to support about 300 pounds, or up to 300 pounds. So it opens up like that, and then you can collapse it like this. I feel like it'll be a good idea just because when we want extra space, I could probably just take everything off the desk and then just drop it down so that there's more space. So let's go ahead and get that installed. So the first thing I'm going to do is check to see if there are any studs under the spots that I want to put this desk, put these hinges on. If there aren't, the hinges did come with some really nice screws and anchors, so I'll just have to put those in. So here we go. And this is the stud finder that I'm using. It's a travel one. It's the best one that I've ever used personally. Bought ones from the big box stores like Home Depot and stuff, but those just don't, they're not accurate. This one I've never had an issue with missing a stud or it going off when there's not a stud behind it. It finds studs up to 1/2 inch, up to 1.5 inches, and then it also detects metal studs as well as electrical power that's going through the wall. So that's what I'm going to be using. And always remember, wear a pair of gloves and safety glasses. Just, you know, you can never be too sure. First thing I'm going to do actually is flip over this desk, and we'll drill this into the points in the desk where I want. Alright guys, and the desk is finally up. Everything feels super strong, and you know, it's not even budging from where it is. If I want to release it, I did make a slight miscalculation between the distance from here to this. I think it's mostly because the way that the molding is for around the window, it's a little tricky, so I think I might have miscalculated just a little bit. So this is slightly out more than where I wanted it to be originally. It's not a huge problem though. If I wanted to, I could just pretty much cut off about 1 centimeter or 2 from this piece straight down to the wall, and that would instantly fix the problem. So here's what the issue is. It's just basically touching here. It's probably an inch of wood that I would just need to shave down a little bit. But honestly, it doesn't bother me. It's not a big deal. I probably won't even be putting this down much often anyways. So whenever the time does come for me to put it down, I'll probably just make that quick cut, and that's that. But other than that, I'm super satisfied. This is super strong. I'm pretty much leaning on this with all my weight right now, and I'm about 150, 155 pounds. And there's really no give. There's no give. These hinges are extremely strong, and I really do like them. Pretty cool hinges. Alright, so that's about it. I'm going to go ahead and set everything back up. I did take my monitor down from up here, and I am going to be replacing it somewhere here so that I can swivel it out to here or here depending on where I need it. So I'll show you guys that right now. Alright, and here we are. After all that hard work, here is the final product. This is my custom DIY home office space now. It's way more convenient, it's way more efficient, and it's just so much more comfortable to use. As you guys can see, I did go ahead and put the chair back to where it was when we first started off this project, just to show you guys I do still have the same exact amount of space between the desk and where the chair sits. But now I have so much more space to where I can just go ahead and pull this chair all the way out. I can push the chair all the way in. I can access my drawers more comfortably. I also did go ahead and move the monitor from up there to down there. So now I have more options with the monitor itself as well, and it's more comfortable to use rather than being above the computer. So now actually, if I wanted to, I could just go ahead and close this computer like so, and I can swivel this monitor all the way out to this side. Or if I wanted to, I could even just fold the monitor in so that it's not taking up too much space and so that it's not really an eyesore in front of the window. Coming over to the little storage cabinet that I made, it's so nice. I have my 2 drawers. These are original to the desk I previously had here, and it was just better to reuse them rather than to try to build a set of drawers on its own. They fit perfectly because I did go ahead and measure for them, and I also do have a little shelf on that side and another little shelf on this side. I purposely made them smaller so that I can put smaller stuff up there or underneath, and I can store bigger things on the outer side of that. So it gives me more options with storage. I did go ahead and run some cabling. It's not the best, it's not the neatest, but I will go ahead and clean that up eventually. So that's one outlet there, and then just to support some more stuff, as well as have some more USB features on this side, went ahead and just put up another outlet system here, and that powers up my charging station over there. I am super happy with how this came out, and you know, when I first designed it, I did want it to look exactly like this, and throughout the project I was a little worried, a little skeptical that it would come out or be the way I wanted it to be, but I gotta say I am happy that it did come out the way it did. Behind the desk there was actually about 3/4 of an inch off the wall previously, before I did this contour here. And to do the contour, to get that perfect so that everything would fit exactly around the molding, I did use one of these contour gauges, and it was super simple to use. It gives me the exact shape that I needed to make this desk so that it would fit exactly onto the wall and how it should be, so that, you know, there's no seams, there's no space, and it's just flush. So it really did come out amazing, and I'm so happy with the results. This is my first ever attempt at something like this. Some big project, you know, like this DIY project that I did. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed doing it. I do hope to do more of these projects in the future. I actually have something else that I've had in mind for quite some time that I am going to put into production very soon, and you guys will see what that is as the time goes along. I gotta say, this was so much fun. There was a lot of things that I was confused about doing, or the processes on how to do them at first, but I did kind of figure it out as I went along the way. As I said before, I did have some trouble with videoing. My major issue with videoing was that it was just me alone doing this, and for some reason I can only record at 5 minutes for these 4K videos. But the next issue was storage, and I just kept running out of storage space. So I will address that as time goes along with these projects so that I can make them a much better experience and so that you guys can see everything that happens. There was a couple parts where you'll see I start to do something and then it ends up being finished, and that's my bad. I'm sorry about that, but I was a little hectic trying to make sure that the camera was recording while I was getting things done as well. But I hope you guys really got the gist of what happened. As I did say at the start of this video, this desk was what I had. I did have a nice big piece of melamine, which you guys saw me cut up, and I did have those drawers. The only extra things that I needed to buy was the Craig jig and this tape that went to cover the edges of this desk and the little cabinet storage system. This was my first ever attempt at a DIY project that I would videotape, or, you know, a DIY project of this kind of scale. So it was so much fun to shoot this video, and it was so much fun to show you guys the process of how I made this and how everything went along the way. It was a little difficult with some measurements and stuff like that, but, you know, I got through it. I made sure everything was flush, everything was squared off, and that everything just fit nicely, and that everything connected nicely as well. So all in all, this was a super fun project to do. I'll be listing in the description box below all the tools that were used in this video, or at least almost all of them, if I can remember everything that I used. But I will be listing almost everything that I used in this video down in the description box below. A major thing for me in this video was reusing what I already had just to make my space more efficient. So cutting up my old desk was tough to do. I had that desk for quite some time, but to make it something personal, to make it something that I can say I did myself, is even more gratifying than, you know, still having the desk that I bought so many years ago and that I've been using. To make that cabinet myself was so much fun, and I'm actually a little surprised it worked out the way that it did. But all in all, I'm super happy with how this turned out. This is my first DIY project, as I said before, so I'm super excited about it. I can't wait to make more content just like this. And if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button down below. And if you guys enjoy this kind of content and want to see more content just like this, let me know down in that comment section below, because I want to hear your feedback. I want to hear the things you guys liked about this video. I want to hear the things that you guys didn't like, or if you guys have any constructive criticism or advice for future things that I do like this. It's super helpful, and it's great to see you guys comment. If you guys enjoyed this kind of content and you guys want to see more, consider subscribing to my channel. I do have a couple of things that I am planning to do that I have been planning to do for a while, but I am planning to make those a reality very soon, just like I made this. And once again, everybody, with everything going on these days, I hope you all stay safe, stay well, and stay healthy. And I'll see you next time.